What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be putting some sequential daytime running lights into my 2009 Corolla. These fog light bezels right here, they came with a daytime running light already. I'm going to try to come up with a way to change this out to be these instead, so that way they'll also have an integrated turn signal in them as well. So I ordered these off of Amazon. I'll put a link to these in the description. I put these on my Camry and I thought they came out pretty good. So I thought I'd give them a try on my Corolla and try to integrate them pretty good into the fog light bezels. So let's get started. And before we start this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep making more Corolla content just like this. And let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take off the bumper, which you've probably seen me do several times in my other videos. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'm going to take off those fog light bezels so that way I can get to the lights on the back. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so I just got these off the fog light bezels. This is what I'm going to be trying to run these sequentials inside of this clear plastic part. So first thing I'm going to have to try to figure out how to take these apart. I think there's this glue on the back here. Just going to cut that glue and then hopefully pull them out. And then hopefully I'll be able to replace what's in here, what came in this box right here. So I'll probably set you up on a time lapse while I try to cut these apart and get everything all situated, and then I'll get right back with you guys. As you have seen in the time lapse, I took apart my old housings and pretty much just got the backing piece in the clear housing. Now I trimmed up the sequential light that I'm going to put in there, and I cut out a little notch right here so that way the wire can come out. I'm just going to roughly put it in so you can just see it. Then I'm going to tape it down, and then that's kind of what you'll see from the front. And then I'll have the blue or the white LED daytime running light, and then it'll also have the orange sequential turn signal. So I'm gonna get these all put together, taped in, looking good, and then I'm gonna reheat this so that way I can get all the glue to re-stick back. I don't really need these that weather tight because the strip inside of here is already weather tight. So, but I'm just gonna try to keep the water out of it. Heat it up with a heat gun, put it back together, and then I'll see you when I'm putting it onto the car and trying to wire everything up. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to connect these 3 wires. That way the yellow one is the turn signal, red is your positive for your daytime running light, and then black is the negative. And so first thing I had to do was I had to find my turn signal socket, and I found that yellow is the positive. So I'm going to connect my yellow wire from here to the yellow wire on my turn signal. Probably going to cut this harness back a little bit and then splice into it, I don't know, about 3 inches from it. So that way I'm not that close to the plug. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the car. I'm going to recommend that you probably solder these in. I hate cutting into the wires of the car, but I don't really have a better way to tap into the turn signal. So I'm going to have to cut it, splice it in, and then heat shrink and solder over it. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll put you guys on a time lapse, and then I'll show you guys after. So this is what the daytime running looks like. It looks pretty good compared to what it used to. That's a nice solid strip. I think it looks pretty nice. Now I'm going to wire up the turn signal, and then we can put the whole bumper back together. Alright, so I got pretty much everything wired up for the daytime running lights. I just use red wire because I need a longer wire. It would probably be better if you use color coded wire or something so that we don't get them mixed up, but this is the only wire I had. So I just kind of spliced in right here and then just extended them so that way I could have room to actually work with. And so now I spliced in, if you've watched my fog light video where I spliced in with the daytime running lights, you'll see where and how I spliced in these. And then now I got my yellow wire, which is going to go to the turn signal, which on my car I found my turn signal bulb and it's going to be this yellow wire right here. I'm going to have to cut it and splice into that so that way when my blinker comes on, the normal light will come on, and then also the one on the strip down there. So, and then I'm going to have to do the same thing to the other side. So. Alright, you guys, so I got everything all soldered up in behind the headlight, and also everything's all connected down here. Pretty much tidied up everything as good as I can. I put this loom on to cover up the red wire, so that way it looked a lot better so if you could see it at all from the engine bay. And also I didn't show on video, but I soldered also the one headlight or the one turn signal on this side as well, and everything's all soldered in, looking good. So I just wanted to show you this before I put everything back on, and then right after this I'm going to show you how the turn signals look and everything. So this is what they look like with the daytime running light on. Now I'll turn on the blinker. So this is what it looks like with the blinker on. And the other one's still staying white. That's what the other side looks like. And this is what it looks like with my fog lights on. Kind of blurs it out a little bit, but still I think it looks pretty good. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. And I forgot to mention too, you don't have to install those lights the same way I did, like down into a special thing. On my Camry, I also just double-sided taped them onto the top of my light, and I hooked them up that way, and I think they look pretty good too. So you don't have to do exactly what I did, but you could do something very similar to this. All the wiring's going to be the same, but just you don't have to do a lot more work of taking apart something down below. So just a heads up, so if you want to do this to your car, you don't have to do it specifically how I did it. You can do it any way you want, but all the wiring will be the same. So